Inside secure hangars at Edwards Air Force Base, something incredible is happening right now. America's most dangerous fighter jet is getting a major upgrade. This is not just another routine improvement. We are talking about sensors that can spot threats from over 100 miles away. We are talking about new coatings that make the jet almost invisible to different types of detection. And we are talking about weapons that can hit targets before the enemy even knows they are in danger. The F-22 Raptor is already known as the best air superiority fighter in the world, but soon it will become something even more powerful. China is paying close attention. Russia is working hard to keep up, and our pilots are about to fly a machine that will rule the skies for many years to come. What started as quiet talk in defense circles is now official. A budget of $90 million has been approved. The Air Force is not just keeping the Raptor in good shape, they are changing it into what some are already calling the F-22 Super. And the timing of all this is no accident. Welcome to Jet Insight. This is where we explore the advanced technology that keeps America's military as the strongest force on Earth. Today, we are looking at one of the most important fighter jet upgrades in recent history. This is not about small changes or regular maintenance. This is about taking a plane that already worries our enemies and pushing it into a class all by itself. By the time this video ends, you will know exactly why the Air Force is spending billions to make the Raptor unstoppable. You will also understand why this decision changes everything for air combat in the Pacific and other places around the world. If you are proud of what our Air Force is doing to stay ahead of our enemies, please type proud in the comments below. We always enjoy hearing from you. Let us start with the reality that military planners think about every single day. Back in 2005, when the F-22 first entered service, it was so advanced that Congress decided not to allow any exports. They wanted to protect American technology. Fast forward to today, and the world looks very different. China now has the J-20 Mighty Drive-Agon. This is a stealth fighter built specifically to challenge American air power in the Pacific. Russia, even with its own struggles, keeps improving the Su-57 Felon. They are adding better sensors and missiles with longer ranges. These are not small problems from minor countries. These are real competitors building large numbers of advanced planes. They all have the same goal. They want to take away the advantages the F-22 has. Here is what keeps Pentagon planners awake at night. China is not just making a few J-20s. They are building many of them. Reports suggest more than 100 are already operational. More come off the production lines every month. Meanwhile, America has exactly 185 F-22 Raptors. That is all we have. The production line stopped in 2012. That means every single Raptor is irreplaceable. The original plan was for the F-22 to eventually be replaced by the F-47. That is the sixth-generation fighter being developed under a program called Next Generation Air Dominance. Boeing won that contract in March 2025. The F-47 promises to be a total game-changer. We are talking about a whole system of aircraft, including unmanned wingmen that follow commands. It will have a combat radius of over 1,000 nautical miles. Its stealth technology will make the F-22 look old in comparison. But there is a problem. The first flight is not scheduled until 2028. Getting it into operational service will take until the 2030s before enough planes are ready for combat units. That leaves a dangerous gap. It is a window of time when our enemies might think they have a chance. The Air Force is not going to let that happen. Instead of waiting and hoping, they made a bold choice. They decided to take the 185 Raptors we already have and upgrade them to a level that keeps total air superiority. They will keep flying until the F-47 arrives in large numbers. This is not just a temporary fix. This is smart strategic thinking. So what exactly are they doing to these jets? The answer involves technology so advanced that some of it was first created for the sixth-generation program. Now it is being added to the Raptor. Let us look at the hardware that will make the F-22 Super the most lethal air superiority fighter ever built. Before we go further, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. More than 98% of people who watch do not subscribe. It costs you nothing, but it helps us a lot. Your support means we can keep bringing you the latest news about American military innovation. The most important part of the F-22 Super upgrade is called IRDs. That stands for Infrared Defensive System. In January 2025, Lockheed Martin received a contract worth $270 million to put this technology on the Raptor fleet. Here is why this matters so much. In the past, air combat depended heavily on radar. You send a radar energy, you find the enemy, and you shoot them down. But modern stealth aircraft like China's J-20 are built to have very small radar signatures. And here is the key point. When you use active radar, you are also sending out a signal. You are basically lighting yourself up like a Christmas tree. You are telling everyone exactly where you are. IRDs changes everything. It is a network of infrared sensors placed all around the F-22's body. These sensors give the pilot 360-degree passive threat detection. Passive means you are not sending out any signals, you are just watching. It is like having eyes that can see heat from very far away. These are not old infrared sensors. This is Lockheed Martin's latest technology, the same kind being developed for next-generation planes. The sensors can spot both air-to-air missiles and surface-to-air missile launches from long distances. That gives pilots precious extra seconds to react. Think about what that means in a real fight. A Chinese J-20 launches a PL-15 missile from its maximum range, about 200 kilometers away. In older scenarios, by the time the F-22's radar warning system detects the missile, there is not much time to escape. With IRDs, the Raptor systems see the heat from that launch instantly. The pilot knows right away. They can move, drop countermeasures, and maybe even target the enemy plane before the missile gets close. But IRDs does more than just defend. The system also tracks airborne threats without using radar. In places where electronic warfare is intense, and both sides are jamming each other, infrared becomes the main sensor. An F-22 with IRDs can find, track, and target enemy aircraft without ever turning on its own radar. Total stealth and total awareness. The Air Force has also confirmed they are adding extra sensors under the Raptor's wings. These work with IRDs to provide long-range search and tracking together. These systems create a complete picture. The F-22 can see everything while staying almost invisible. Testing of these systems is set for 2026. A decision about full production is expected by the end of that fiscal year. Once approved, the upgrades will start across the entire combat fleet. Now let us talk about stealth. The F-22 Super is not just getting better sensors, it is also becoming harder to find across different types of detection. People who watch aircraft around Edwards Air Force Base have taken photos of something unusual. They have seen F-22s with shiny, mirror-like coatings. These look completely different from the usual matte gray paint. This is not just for looks. This is multispectral stealth technology. It is designed to reduce the Raptor's signature not only to radar, but also to infrared and optical sensors. Here is how it has evolved. The original F-22 coatings worked very well against radar, but they had a problem. They needed a lot of maintenance. The special material would crack and peel over time. It required constant repairs inside special hangars. For every hour of flight, many hours of work were needed just to keep the stealth properties. The new coatings for the F-22 Super use lessons learned from the F-35 program. They are stronger and easier to take care of. They work consistently in many different conditions, but they also do more. These advanced materials control the aircraft's heat signature. They reduce the infrared signal that enemy sensors might pick up. Why is this so important now? Because China and Russia have spent a lot of money on infrared search and track technology. They cannot always track American stealth planes with radar alone. So they try to use heat detection. By lowering the infrared signature, the F-22 Super Street eyes hidden even when enemies use their best passive sensors. The upgrade package also includes better radar capabilities. The F-22's APG-77 radar is already excellent. But these improvements give it higher resolution. Pilots get better ground mapping during attack missions. Combined with the stealth upgrades, you have an aircraft that can enter defended airspace, find targets with great accuracy, and leave without ever being clearly tracked. Electronic warfare is getting a big boost too. The Air Force is upgrading the F-22's ALR-94 system with new software and hardware. This improves how the jet locates threats and how well it can jam enemy signals. This system can detect enemy radar from much farther away than those radars can see the F-22. That lets pilots map out enemy air defenses and find weak spots to use. Every part works together. Better stealth means you get closer without being seen. Better sensors mean you see threats first. Better electronic warfare means even if someone does get a faint signal, you can confuse them and escape. It is a layered approach to survival that makes the F-22 Super extremely hard to take down. But survival is only half the story. A fighter jet's main job is to beat the enemy. That is where the weapons upgrades come in. What the F-22 Super will carry into battle is a huge step forward in firepower. The F-22 has always been a great weapons platform, but until recently, it was limited by what it could carry inside while staying stealthy. That is changing in a big way. First, there is the AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. This is America's answer to China's PL-15. It is built to fly farther than anything our enemies can throw at us. The exact details are still secret, but what we know is impressive. The AIM-260 can defeat modern countermeasures. It can hit targets and it does all this while fitting inside the F-22's internal weapons bays. Late last year, an F-22 achieved the longest-known AIM-120 missile kill on record. That broke the previous record set by an F-15C a few years earlier. With the AIM-260, those ranges will grow even more. Imagine an F-22 Super using its advanced infrared sensors to spot a group of enemy fighters. It calculates firing solutions and launches missiles from distances where the enemy has no real chance to shoot back. That is not a fair fight. That is exactly what air dominance means. The upgrade program also includes better versions of the AIM-9X missile for close-range combat. There are also improvements to how the jet works with other smart weapons. But maybe the most interesting part is the new fuel tanks and pylons being developed. Here is the challenge. The F-22's combat range is good, but it becomes very important when we think about the Pacific. The distances in possible conflict areas around Taiwan or the South China Sea are huge. Old-style external fuel tanks give more range but ruin stealth. They create big radar signals. The solution is stealthy external tanks. These are designed to carry extra fuel while keeping a low radar profile. They have been tested since last year. They are a breakthrough in balancing range and stealth. An F-22 Super with these tanks can super cruise, flying supersonic without afterburners across long distances. It can reach the battle area with full combat capability and still have enough fuel to fight and come home. Add all this together: longer range missiles, stealthy fuel tanks, and the sensor technology to use them well. The F-22 Super becomes a deep strike aircraft. It can reach targets that other planes cannot survive near. It can operate in environments that would destroy regular fighters, and it can eliminate threats before those threats even know they are in danger. The pilots who will fly these upgraded Raptors are part of a proud tradition of American air power excellence. Now let us step back and see what this means for American air power as a whole. The F-22 Super is not working alone. It is part of a smart three-layer strategy the Air Force is building for the next 20 years. Layer 1 is the F-35 Lightning II. It continues as the main multi-role fighter. More than 1,000 are being built for the US and its allies. Its sensors and networking abilities make it a leader on the battlefield. It coordinates strikes and shares information across all forces. Layer 2 is the F-22 Super. It becomes the sharp tip of the spear. While the F-35 handles many different missions, the Raptor focuses only on air superiority and high-end penetration. It is the aircraft that goes in first. It clears the sky so everything else can follow. Layer 3 is the F-47 NG-8. It arrives in the 2030s with its drone wingmen. This is the ultimate 6th-generation air dominance system. These drones will work with manned fighters. They will take risks that human pilots should not take. They will extend sensor ranges and carry more weapons than any single plane could. The beauty of this strategy is that it has backup plans and flexibility. If the F-47 faces delays, and major programs often do, the F-22 Super ensures that American air superiority does not have a gap. If the F-47 comes on time, the upgraded Raptors work perfectly with it. They provide more platforms that can also control their own groups of drones. Speaking of that, budget documents show that F-22s are being modified to act as airborne controllers for drones. Think about what that means. An F-22 Super, already deadly by itself, now commands 2 or 3 unmanned aircraft. Those drones carry extra sensors and weapons. That one human pilot suddenly controls a whole formation. They can attack from multiple directions. They can overwhelm enemy defenses. They create problems that are nearly impossible to solve. This is the Air Force learning from both successes and mistakes in other programs. They are building backup plans into everything. They are making sure that no matter what challenges come up, American pilots always have the best tools for the job. So, when will all this happen? The timeline, the $90 million in funding for the coming year is just the start. Total spending on F-22 modernization is expected to be more than $7.8 billion before 2030. About $3.1 billion is for research and development. About $4.7 billion is for buying the actual hardware. The IRDS system will be tested in 2026. Production decisions will come soon after. The oldest Block 20 F-22s, which were only used for training, are now being upgraded to combat standards. That adds about 30 aircraft to the combat fleet. Total numbers will go from about 143 to possibly 178 fully capable fighters. By the late 2020s, the F-22 Superfleet will be operating across multiple Air Force bases. Places like Joint Base Langley, Eustis, Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, and Nellis Air Force Base will have squadrons with capabilities that did not exist when these planes first came off the line. The Air Force plans to fly these upgraded Raptors well into the 2040s. Maybe even the 2050s. That shows how good the original design really was. Very few aircraft in history have stayed so adaptable that they remain top of the line through 40 years of new technology. The F-22 Super represents something bigger than just new sensors and missiles. It is proof that American creativity and military planning can adapt to any threat. It shows we can stay ahead of any competitor. And it gives our service members the tools they need to protect freedom. While our enemies work hard to match what we showed the world 20 years ago, we are already moving to the next level. The Raptor earned its name as the world's best air superiority fighter. Now, with these changes, it is about to write a whole new chapter. If you found this deep look valuable, please like this video and subscribe to Jet Insight. We bring you more stories about the innovations that keep America's military at the front of global defense. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.